Alright, you haven't seen one of these in a long time, huh? iPhone 6 Plus Touch IC Repair Updated Method. Yep. Going back to the roots. I had so many stupid warranty repairs that I decided to go back to what worked for me in the beginning. Which is this. Kapton, number 1. I've been Kaptoning pretty much everything these days just because I don't like it when the Wi-Fi goes gray after a Touch IC repair. I mean, something is just not right, you know. I mean, I'm probably doing damage that I probably shouldn't be doing when the Wi-Fi is gray. So that's number 1. And then I just don't get it as often. I mean, I rarely ever got it when I was using Kapton. So it's definitely protecting something. I don't know what, but I don't know what component it is. So anyway, so I'm going back to the Kapton, and I'm going back to Mason only. Cumulus was causing me some grief. I'm not gonna lie. I think that may have contributed to all these warranty repairs that I had lately. Anyways, and then unnecessary jumpers. That's the other thing that's been working for me too. So, and I have also switched to a 6mm nozzle for Touch IC repairs. So 6mm nozzle, 415 degrees Celsius. I've lowered my temperature as well because I was a lot lower before, and then I was doing good, and then I have to tinker with shit. So if I can get this damn nozzle on. Okay, nozzle is on. So I'm at 415 with airflow of 10 with a 6mm nozzle. Okay, and I'm still not using flux to remove it or anything like that. And I'm going to go into a little more detail about what is causing Touch IC disease and why I don't think it has anything to do with Cumulus. I just don't think it's Cumulus at all, ever. So it's going to take a little bit longer to remove because I'm at 415 degrees Celsius. Okay. So just be patient. Okay. So chip is gone. So what I'd like to do now is to find out what damn pads were oxidized. This was barely flickering. I mean, I bent it, and it was barely flickering. So I don't think it's that bad. So usually we'll see like this pad right here oxidized, this pad, you know, and then probably this pad right here. They're all oxidized. So this one looks like it's oxidized right now because I can go like this. See it? So that is oxidized. All right. I don't know if that's a problem though because it's ground, right? So let's see if these are oxidized too. Nope. I don't think they are at least. We'll know when we go over them with our iron. I'm going to leave that so that you guys can see it later, and then we will examine it. I'm going to save those 4 for last, okay? And sometimes this one gets oxidized too, this one right here. Nope. See, it's not oxidized this time. But I'm going to tin everything anyway. So let's go. So these are it right here. These are the 4 pads right here. I'm going to be a little delicate around them, and let's see if we can see the oxidation, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to kind of put my thing over it a little bit, and see, I don't see any oxidation at all. No oxidation. No oxidation. So I don't understand why. I mean, the touch was working fine when I tested this screen. So what I'm gonna do is, since I don't see any oxidation, is what I've been doing and what's been really working is running jumpers, just unnecessary jumpers. So my guess is that ultimately it is M1 right here that is the culprit for touch IC disease right here. That puppy, maybe the PP1B8 right here, and maybe this puppy. So I think it's one of these three. These two are ground, so they're oxidized, but they're ground. And then maybe that one. Who knows? Who knows what the fuck? I mean, it's a ground pad, but it's got to be used for something. So anyway, so that's definitely oxidized right there, and I'm definitely just gonna run a jumper just because he's having. I see it oxidized. So just make sure to remove the oxidation first, and then kind of just go from there. All right, so who in the hell would want to run a jumper, right? I mean, when it's not necessary, right? But I have seen good results, so I am results oriented, and that is what I'm gonna do. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care whatever. Fucking metal plate. People are using metal plates, man. I mean, why don't you ask around and see what the warranty rate is with metal plates installed? I mean, maybe a little bit better, but it's still there, guaranteed. And anybody that's telling you that it's not, that it's eliminated with these metal shields, have only done maybe 2 repairs, guaranteed, guaranteed. So I'm just tinning it with some lead-free solder now. Yes, I said lead-free because you want that thing to melt a little bit slower than the rest of the shit. Okay, so that's tinned. And that is going to be ready for a little jumper here. So let me see if I can find a good jumper cable wire. You definitely want to use one that's a little bit longer. I have one on here. So where is it at? Right. So there's my jumper wire right there. That's really long. So what I like to do is just to make sure that I have just enough space where I'm going to break it off on this side. So whatever, I'll just do this. Why would you want to run a jumper when it's unnecessary, right? When you didn't tear a pad, right? But the idea is that I need a little more. The idea is that even when it is oxidized and it comes off the logic board, that it's, you know, this little jumper right here is going to come along with it and not have touch IC disease. Alright, I think we are good. So that's it. I didn't really see any oxidation there, so I don't. The only oxidation I saw was here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just jump this one just for the fuck of it because maybe this is it. I don't think anybody really knows what's causing touch IC disease. I mean, we can only go by what we see, you know, and I see that this is oxidized, so let's just run a jumper to the ground pad here. And maybe this is it. Maybe this is what's causing touch ICs. Who the hell knows? Nobody does. Nobody knows. But we do know that replacing this chip right here fixes the problem, sometimes temporarily. So again, I am using lead-free solder here, okay, because it melts a little bit slower than leaded solder, and that's going to help me when I put the chip back on. It's not going to, fly everywhere. So, anyways, so let's just jump it. So you have to run the ground pad here, and just kind of make sure it goes in the corner here, and then just kind of. They blowing me up. All right. Nope. All right. So that is that, and let's just break free the remaining thing here. All right. So, anyways, like I said, I've seen some pretty good results with this, so that's why I'm doing it. And you can do what you want. I mean, I don't think anybody really has a solution for all this shit. Okay. So that's it, and that is that really. I think I'm gonna push this down a little bit because it's kind of popping up, and it's gonna make the chips not sit well. That just looks not good. So I'm gonna tin it. I'm just gonna make sure it gets a nice little shiny bead there. Okay, that's better. So just make sure that this is not touching anything else, because that's not ground there. So make sure it doesn't touch that. Make sure it goes right in the middle of that, and then we're good. All right, let's get the new mason on. Get rid of that ball. Almost fucked it up, didn't I? Did I fuck it up? Nope, still tight. Okay, that's NC. So, all right, we're good. So let's get a brand new mason, and let's get to town on it. Shit, something's calling. Pause. All right, I got a little distracted there. Phone call. So let's get back to business here. Okay, so So I kind of like to tack it down and then flood it with flux again once it's kind of held firmly in place. And then I don't know why this is still high right here. It's kind of weird. Seems like this is still a little bit high, doesn't it? Well, it looks like it's okay, maybe. I don't know. Alright. Let me double check that. It looks like it's a little bit high. It looks fine. So, what I like doing is checking to see if that pad that I jumped is short to ground or not. So, if I go like this, that should touch ground, and if I go like this one, it should not touch ground. Should not be. Okay, so that's not short of the ground, and then I just want to make sure that this and this is not grounded. Just doesn't look like it, at least. So that's that, that's that, that's that. Everything's good. Just gonna let it cool for just a second here. Let me check my email and see what's going on. Okay. Alright, so let's just clean it off right now real quick. Alright, let me pause this real quick. Alright, so it is cleaned up and ready to be tested. So let's give it a go. I don't have my webcam, so you guys will not be able to see it, but you'll have to trust me on it. Okay. Apple logo. That's good. Okay. Alright, let's take a look, see what the... Okay, passcode. Let me test the touch on this puppy. Hold on a second. Well, it's a little bit weird. There it goes. Well, maybe not. Kind of works. Yeah. Okay, now it works. It took a little bit. Maybe it was still a little hot. Alright. I'm going to say this is good to go. Could be my screen too, but... Anyways, I am dragging the icon all around the screen, and it is all good. So that's that. This is done. Hopefully it doesn't come back to me, and call it a day here.